Okay, so here's one people probably already know, and this one's not really too hard to figure out. So when Pokemon was originally designed, back when it was Pocket Monsters, it was originally designed back in 1989. However, it wasn't officially released until 1995-ish and 1996. But at that time, there was a game called Super Mario 64 that everybody remembers for the Nintendo 64, which was released in 1996. So again, right around the same time. Well, what happened was, if you remember in Super Mario 64, there was a I'm trying to think what kind of monster it was. It wasn't a monster, but it was like kind of like the Loch Ness Monster. Well, if you were to, and it was called Dorrie, that was found in Hazy Maze. You could also find it in, I think it was somewhere else too. But what happened was, in Super Mario 64, it was also based on the concept of Lapras. And I do think that Pokemon inspired Super Mario 64 in that sense, because if you go back to some of the prototype data in Gen 1, there were Mario characters that were inspired by, and by Pokemon. Pokemon was inspired by Shigeru Miyamoto, who in turn, and then also probably did the same thing with one of their games later on. Shigeru Miyamoto took Satoshi Tajiri and Ken Sugimori's designs and redid them and incorporate something similar in their own universe. Hence, because Nintendo owns it wouldn't, if you play like Link's Awakening for the Game Boy, I don't know if it's on the Game Boy Color or just the original Game Boy, the deluxe version, and even the original, you had like references to Hal's Kirby, which was, Satoru Iwata's before he passed away, and you had other characters from like Mario games that would reference, because Shigeru Miyamoto made Zelda and Mario, so kind of interesting how Nintendo likes to do that sometimes.